Welcome into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm your host, Cole Denis, and remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content to stay up to date with everything Steelers. But let's get rolling as I'm going to lay out my proposal to try and get the Steelers to possibly make a move for Micah Parsons because there are only two ways to win the Super Bowl in the modern NFL. You either have to have a top five quarterback in the league who can control the game at his own pace, or you need a defense who can constantly harass that quarterback for four quarters and never let him find that pace he wants in the game. And offensively, right now, we're not going to have a top five quarterback or top five offense. We know that. This defense is going to have to carry this team. And does Alex Highsmith on the other edge from TJ Watt make this pass rush one of the most elite pass rushes in NFL history that could win a Super Bowl? I don't think so. I love Alex Highsmith. He's been a solid player for us for years, but there's a ceiling there. And honestly, I don't think he has much more room to grow in his career. Where Micah Parsons, on the other hand, is top three defensive end already in the league, top three defensive player already in the league, in my opinion. Highsmith just won't get the job done. Whereas you match up Micah and TJ Watt together, just it's a thing of dreams, honestly. Now, how can this happen? Now, Micah Parsons and Dallas are really going through it emotionally together. Uh, Jerry Jones is doing everything, it feels like, to run Micah out of town, while Micah is trying his best to get out of town. But Jerry is still holding him captive and might hold him captive for 3 years. But I do think if the Cowboys got off to a hot start with how Micah was acting in this last preseason game, laying down on the trainer's table mid-game, could see Jerry, if they get off to that hot start, being like, we don't even need him. All I'm saying, you give up Alex Highsmith, we got a pick, two picks in every round from the third round to the sixth round. I'd give him a pick in every round. Why not? We'd still have a pick in every round of the draft. Just give him one in every. You can even give him two in the three, and we'll still have one. We got three third round picks. You can give him two third round picks, one fourth, one fifth, one sixth. That's half a draft. Dallas, with how they had the Herschel Walker trade in the past, just imagine what you could do with that. You could hit another, Jerry. Just imagine. But all I'm saying is Micah is the needle mover. He's someone that could help us make that deep playoff run. He guarantees his defense is definitely one of the best in the league. I mean, it is guaranteed to be top two, and it's not two if Micah joins this uh, defensive front because him and TJ Watt would just wreak havoc all all season long. No quarterback would want to play against the Steelers, and the secondary would eat too because there'd be a lot of arid passes, a lot of quick passes, miscommunication on the offense because of the pressure coming up front. And also, Micah, I know he wants to really set the bar for the highest non-played paid or highest paid non-quarterback, which is right now TJ Watt. At He wants to beat that by a couple $1,000,000. If you play with TJ, you're going to put up massive numbers, Micah, and you can parlay that into probably the biggest contract ever. That's all I'm saying. You have the chance here. Steelers, make the call. That's all I'm saying. Talking about trades, though, let's talk about some missed opportunities. Um, Terry McLaurin signs the extension with the Commanders yesterday. Amari Cooper signs with the Raiders. Two players that I was hoping the Steelers would possibly go out and get. If the Terry McLaurin rumors from last week are true, that really sucks because the Steelers did squander a great chance to acquire a positional need at wide receiver with a great talent in Terry McLaurin. I know we would have been giving up Pat Freiermuth in a 7th round pick if that rumor was true. We're kind of deep at tight end right now, and I love Muth, but when you're deep at a position, you can feel free to move one or two of those pieces to acquire more depth elsewhere. That's all I'm saying. But Cooper signs with the Raiders. He was more my choice, more of my guy that I was just tossing out there as possible opportunity. No real rumors ever came about of that. Who's left though? OBJ. He has a Rodgers link in the past, and this year even some talks about that in the media world about him and the Rodgers connection. They've always kind of wanted to play together. Gabe Davis has visited twice. Tyler Boyd has also said something about wanting to be a Steeler. Who do I think is most likely out of those three names? Probably Gabe Davis. Who do I want the most out of those three names? OBJ, I think, is definitely past his prime. Probably not my choice. Tyler Boyd also. Gabe Davis is probably definitely the best choice out of everyone here. But let's move to the quarterbacks, people that throw the receivers the ball. Because shockingly, I've seen a lot of articles and speculation on the internet about Skylar Thompson passing Mason Rudolph as the number 2 quarterback, being the backup to Aaron Rodgers going into the regular season because of how well he played in the preseason. And let me tell you, yes, he played well, but the preseason don't matter for veteran quarterbacks, in my opinion. Rudolph has shown he's had experience in the Steelers system before. He had solid performances in this system before. Also, you look 2 years ago to close out the year, that stretch to make the playoffs. He almost came back in that playoff game against Buffalo. People forget that. So I just don't see Mike Tomlin and the coaching staff looking past all that history with Mason Rudolph in favor of Thompson because Thompson really, during the regular season and even a postseason game for the Dolphins, really struggled in his career during reps against starters. So I really don't put too much weight on his preseason performance, and Mason Rudolph will be the guy at the number 2 quarterback position. So if Rodgers ever goes down, expect Rudolph, or if Rodgers struggles this season, expect Rudolph to be the one to clean up the mess. Let's end the show on the Steelers releasing 13 more players. We're on the road down to 53. We got till 4 today to see who will make the 53-man roster. Steelers have 13 more players to drop after this to get down to 53. But who were some of the biggest names and stories that were released today? First off, punter Cameron Johnson. He lost out to Corliss Waitman in the punter battle that was happening during the preseason. Linebacker Mark Robinson, somewhat of a staple in the Steelers linebacking core the past couple years. He's gone now in favor of rookie linebacker Carson Bruner, who had a pretty phenomenal preseason, in my opinion. I think he showed enough where he has the potential to develop into something in this league, in my opinion. Sad to see this one. Running back Lou Nichols, was fun to watch this preseason, had some explosive preseason runs, but he is gone. I definitely think he did do enough though to earn a chance in this league elsewhere. Someone will give him an opportunity later on in his career. Wide receiver Lance McCutcheon, he had a couple touchdowns in preseason as well. Once again, a player who put enough film out there to probably earn another opportunity elsewhere. Tight end JJ Galbraith. This one's a sad one to see go. He was an undrafted free agent. He was trying to earn a spot on the roster, but sadly, he did not make the cut. Didn't see much of him in this preseason, but hopefully he will get a shot elsewhere in his career. But as I said, the Steelers only need to drop 13 more players and we'll have our 53-man roster set. So pay attention to tomorrow's video. We'll be reacting to the 53-man roster. This has been Steelers Latest. I've been your host, Cole Denis, and I will see you tomorrow.